Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. I'm Paige, this is Seeking Alexandria, and guys, today it's time for a foundation review. Okay, I know we just did one of these like 12 seconds ago, and that was a review of the It Cosmetics new Confidence in a Foundation. I will link that video up here for you guys if you would like to watch it. It is a very short and sweet video. I have some thoughts. Things don't go so well. Take a look if you're curious. But that is the driving force behind today's video, because I'm like, look, I need to restore my faith in humanity, in foundation, in newness, in launches. I need to get behind something new. So today we're diving in to something from Clinique. Clinique is one of those brands that so many people love, like ride or die fans of. And so I'm very, very excited that they launched this new foundation. We're going to jump into the Ulta website. We're going to take a look around, see what we can find, and go into the deets. Now, the first thing I'm going to tell you is that I cannot find anywhere on the internet a shade range swatch of this. I looked on the Trend Mood Instagram and the Clinique Instagram. I didn't see one on either of those. If I missed it, I apologize. I also looked on the Clinique website and scrolled through their photos. I didn't see one there. And I looked on the Ulta website, which is where I purchased it, and there is not one there either. So I cannot find a full shade range picture to judge this on. However, that makes it so I have to judge just based off of what I see on the Ulta website. And what I'm seeing is that there's 27 shades, and out of those 27 shades, I would say like 3 or 4 of them are deeper skin toned. Maybe 9 to 12 of them are in the medium like tan range, and then the rest are pasty. So based on what I saw in store and what I'm seeing online, the shade range does appear to be very limited out of the 27 shades, not being very equally weighted. And then that's kind of corroborated by the fact that I really can't find much of anything on the internet. So those are my thoughts on that. Now you do get 1 fluid ounce. This is $32. And let's go into the description details here and see what she says. According to the Ulta website, it says Clinique's Even Better Refresh Hydrating and Repairing Makeup is a full coverage foundation with a 24-hour wear that revitalizes skin for a more youthful look. Hydrating foundation with flawless full coverage and a natural finish. Ooh, girl, you're busting out some big claims. Creates a virtually poreless look, smooths and plumps for younger looking skin. Great to know. No parabens, no phthalates, no fragrance, allergy tested, oil free, non-streaking, won't cause acne, won't clog pores. All right, so now we've read, we've looked, we've investigated. Guys, I've been doing this video. You've only seen a couple minutes. I've been sitting here staring at my phone, trying to figure my life out for the last 25. So I'm ready to put some foundation on my face. Now, I have already went in and primed my skin. On this side, girl, I did my Tatcha Silk Canvas because I feel like it is a great pore filling primer. I know it, I love it, I'm used to it. On this side of the face, I went with my Bobbi Brown face base. That way we have one side moisturized primer, one side pore filling primer, and I am on the normal to oily skin side. I'm kind of combo right now, so both of these primers have been working really well. So one thing that it does say on the box here is it says very dry to combination oily skin, but it doesn't say that anywhere on the website. So the website would lead me to believe that you could use it if you're oily all the way to dry skin, but according to the box here, if you are anything past combination oily, this probably won't work for you. So that's interesting that they wouldn't put that on the website, but nonetheless, let's dive in. Now, I picked this up in the shade WN01 Flax, which is the second lightest shade, and I did test this on my hand in the store, so I think we're gonna be good to go there. That is not a bad color at all, actually. Okay, I think I can get behind this. I'm just gonna be taking my Fenty sponge today and working this around the skin, because I'm really curious about the fact that they said full coverage. That's what's killing me. Anytime anything says full coverage and natural finish, I'm like, okay, let's talk. So I just went ahead and did one coat on this half of my face. That is not super full coverage, right? Like, I'm not crazy. You can still see all of my little red hyperpigmentation through it. I'm gonna build it up again here just a little bit more. Alright, so going in and building that up for a second layer just right in this area, I can still see this red dot poking through all my light little red hyperpigmentation areas. acne scarring. Like, this is not a full coverage. It's medium coverage for sure, but it's not full coverage. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead now and I'm gonna attack this side. Let's see if we can get a little coverage on these bad boys. I think when you first apply it, like you first plop it onto the skin, you're like, wow, the coverage is really pretty. But then as you work and like spread it out and press it into the skin, that's when the coverage kind of diminishes. Okay, so I'm not sure if this part's gonna show up on camera, but I just wanna show you guys something. This is definitely oxidizing. I'm just gonna take a little bit of fresh product here on my sponge, and I wanna just tap that on so you can see how much it's oxidizing. You can see that little patch right there and how white it is. So yeah, it's definitely oxidizing on the skin. I would say a minimum of about 1 to 2 shades darker. You can see even on my neck. So I'm just gonna go ahead, girl, and blend this down a little bit. Because yeah, we're looking a little bit like we got a mask on. So let's fix it. Let's go ears. Yes, come on, ears. We love ears. Okay, so I went ahead and moved you guys in. I changed the lights just a freckle so you can really see how the foundation is looking all by itself. Now I know that the color is a little bit off right now, but I want you to really take a look at the texture because it actually is settling pretty nicely onto the skin, I feel like. I do think the Tatcha side is settling a little bit nicer than the Bobbi Brown side, but nonetheless, I think it looks pretty good. So side to side. Now let's go ahead and keep going on this business. Yes. Okay, and now I'm going to go in with some concealer. This is Tarte Shape Tape in the shade Porcelain Beige, which is their lightest shade, and it is my favorite shade. It is so beautiful. Oh my god. Guys, I just repurchased this, and I'm like, I'm so happy about it. Like, to have a fresh Tarte Shape Tape, oh, it's so good. Wow, can you guys see the shade difference right there where I blended it down onto my neck? Look at the oxidizing. Oh, can you see that? Oh my good lord. Let's like put some concealer there, girl. Blend it or something. Oh my god, like, oh my good lord. I can't believe how freaking dark that is. And can I just also defend myself a little bit, because prior to that foundation continuing to oxidize, like, I knew it oxidized a little bit, but I didn't realize that it kept getting darker. But prior to that happening, the Shape Tape was not a bad idea. Okay, so I'm actually really liking the way that that came together. It blended beautifully with the Tarte Shape Tape, which makes me really happy. So I'm going to grab my little Sigma P82 brush here, and I am going to jam some powder first and foremost into my under eye bags, because y'all, they are the creasiest little things on this planet, girl. So we got to pat out those creases. And we're going to set it with our Laura Mercier. And this powder is also pretty dark on me, so it'll also help kind of bring everything together and even it out a little bit more. Also, I'm getting this forehead wrinkle. For those of you that are new here, we call him the Hulk, and it's because, girl, he hulks out. He eats everything in his path. Foundation, concealer, it does not matter. Oh, he is a hulky hell of a crease. Okay, so it's been a couple minutes. I went ahead and I just set those 3 areas, but I wanted to see what the rest of the face would look like. Ooh, and girl, she is still super duper tacky. Definitely would have to set this, but if you have dry skin, it does feel very nice and hydrating, which is proving to be fantastic. Now, the only thing that makes me a little apprehensive to set the rest of the face is that a lot of times on my skin, whenever I go in with a more dewy foundation or something that is more hydrating and I set it with a powder, it can get immediately kind of broken up, looking a little chunky on the skin. So fair warning, if that happens, I won't be super surprised. I mean, it'll suck, but I won't be surprised because it does happen a lot. So how I'm going to do this is I'm going to take my standard 211 IT Cosmetics All Over Powder brush here. I'm going to take the smallest amount of powder, so I'm just going to take and knock it all off. And I'm going to take just a very light veil that is on here, and I'm going to, as light as possible, set the rest of my face. Okay, so the whole face is set, and I'm actually pretty happy with it. It looks a little bit cakey now that it's set, but I'm hoping that once everything kind of melds together, it'll pull out of itself and be more even on the skin. So for right now, let me go ahead and run off of camera. I'm going to finish up the rest of my face, and yeah, we'll be right back. I'm going to dive in. It's going to be a good time. Oh my god, Lord, I got something in my eyeball. Oh gosh. Okay guys, so I went ahead, I finished up the rest of my face, and I wanted to come on here and do this check-in in natural light. Normally this is the one, of course, you know, I do in the studio, but I wanted to do it in the natural world because I feel like you can really see the foundation a lot better than you'll be able to in the studio. I did go in and check, I zoomed it in, and I feel like it doesn't do it quite justice as far as how it's looking out in the real world. Like, it's looking very nice on the skin. Now zooming you guys in real close, the only issue that I am foreseeing is actually the texture through my cheeks. It looks a little heavy, a little cakey, just a freckle, not too much. It's not overbearing at all. It's definitely something I can live and work with. I'm also noticing that it's not settling in too bad to like fine lines and wrinkles, which is great. I mean, the Hulk is what he is. Like, hello, hi. He's just up there living his best life. Now, as far as the rest of the stuff on my face, I will, of course, give you guys a list down below, but just a real quick run through. I used the Marc Jacobs new Stiletto palette, which I will link up here for you. I did a full video, review, swatches, all of that. So I used that on the eyes today. It Cosmetics Superhero Mascara, Morphe Brow Pencil, a Kim K Nude Liner with a Too Faced lipstick, Lorac highlight in Celestial. Bronzer is the Ulta Beauty bronzer. I also just did a full face of Ulta Beauty makeup, which I will link right up here for you. I had such a good time in that video. Blush is the Jouer blush book, and I don't know, anything else that I used, and all of that, of course, will be listed down below, shades, whatnot. So now we're gonna do our day. We're gonna live our best life. I'm really loving the way my makeup looks right now, though. This looks so pretty. I hope this foundation wears, because it's already doing so much better than the Cosmetics. I mean, it's on my face, so like it's obviously doing so much better already. All right, let's go do that day, girl. Let's go do it. Let's go do it, because it's not gonna do itself. Was that a little dirty? Okay, you guys, so it has been a couple more hours now, and I actually just was in the process of taking out my Invisalign, and I got myself right here with the water, so you can see that really pretty line on my chin. But I figured I would do a check-in real quick now that it's been a couple hours before I eat and have to put the Invisalign back in and mess up my foundation review. So we're gonna go ahead here. Oh my God, look at that, it looks ridiculous. And then I tried to like pat it off with a towel, and I removed foundation like right there. So don't mind that, don't judge the chin too harshly. But overall, I actually think this is looking pretty good. It does look a little bit too matte right through here, which I'm not mad at because this is a more hydrating foundation. So when you go in and you mattify them with powders or products or what have you, a lot of times it can pull a little bit more matte. I'm sure if I went in right now and I sprayed it with my Catrice, it would smooth out. Actually, you know what? Why don't we do that? What the hell? Why not, guys? Let's do that. So shake, 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 shake your booty. Make sure you have something to dry your face with, girl. Don't wreck yourself. All right. Okay, so let's give her a spurts. There we go. Just 2 little sprays, nothing too crazy. All right, so I just gave that a second soak into the skin, fanned it off, and I looked in the mirror nice and close. And I do think that that actually helped the texture through here a little bit. It does still look a little bit matty through here, so hopefully that'll dissipate as, again, more oils come out of my face and come through from the Catrice and everything melds together. But so far, I'm actually really liking the way that this looks. I feel like it looks very nice and hydrating on the skin. It doesn't feel heavy. It doesn't feel cakey. Like as I move my face around, I can kind of feel it, but it's not a really thick cream, which I like. So anyways, this is your update. I'm gonna go eat some food, girl. And yeah, just before I mess it up, I figured y'all might want a shot of it. Yeah, time for food. Okay, you guys, so it is the end of the day, and I am doing my final check-in right now from the car because I didn't exactly time manage this very well. I didn't realize that I would be in the middle of errand after errand after errand in the middle of this check-in, and I don't want it to go too much later because then it won't be fair to the foundation. So at this point, I've been wearing it for about 10 hours, and I definitely have some thoughts. All right, got you guys good and steadied on my steering wheel, and we're ready to talk. So the first thing I'm going to show you and draw attention to, wow, do you see all of my transfer? There are little black dots from my mascara all over the place, and I don't know what is going on here. Like, is it because it's maybe a new mascara? I don't know. It's the Cosmetic Superhero, and it never does that. Well, I mean, it does it a little bit, but it never does it this bad. I don't know. We'll ignore that and move on to the foundation. So while we're far away, the first thing I actually want to point out is that all of this texture did stay throughout the day. I think you can still see like all those little pinprickly moments on my cheeks, but it did stay a lot smoother on the Tatcha Silk Canvas side overall, I think, than the Bobbi Brown. So I think number one, with this foundation, I would say pore filling for sure. Not that the hydrated side is bad, I just think that the Tatcha side does look better overall from a distance as well as up close. Now moving it in nice and close, hello, hi, what is going on? I want to give you guys still the up close that we know and love. Not bad, actually. I don't know, you guys. Overall, I'm pretty happy with it. I feel like it wore very well. I did have to go in, though, after I did that first check-in with you guys, where I went ahead and I sprayed my face with Catrice. I went back in, I checked my face out again, maybe like 2 hours-ish later, an hour and a half, 2 hours later, and I noticed that it was still a little bit matty around the mouth. And at that same time, I happened to have taken a drink of water and drooled all over my chin. So I had to go in and like powder up the chin a little bit, and then I re-Catriced my face one more time, gave it a good spurt, parts. And after that, the mattification did appear to go away. And I've had like this really nice glowy skin all day long, which I really like. So that being said, the second thing that I will say about this is I do believe that it prefers a nice hydrating or dewy finish to the skin. Whether that's like a veil on the outside, maybe your pores are not as intense as mine and you prefer to go in with a moisturizing primer, something like that. This foundation just loves to be moisturized. Now I know a lot of people go in both ways. They'll go like Tatcha Silk Canvas or something to really fill in the pores, and they'll go in with something glowy or something moisturizing as a primer as well. If you want to do that, that would be completely fine. I think it would work well with this foundation. I don't believe though that mattification is going to be good with this, whether that's excess powder or excess mattifying sprays or whatever it is that you do to keep yourself really, really matte. I think that you'll have to take it a little bit easier on this one, because I just found that throughout the day, every time I got it nice and glowy, it looked so beautiful. Like the way that it reflects the light, the way that it just hits the skin, love it. Now, if you do not set your foundation and you prefer to leave it as unset as possible, I think you'll like this foundation. It did appear to do a beautiful job unset. It looked so nice this morning when I first applied it, gave me that nice glowy appearance, and the glowiness did go away when I set my face, but at the end of it, when I got my makeup on, I do feel like I was able to bring all of that glow back to life by really giving it a nice spray over with the setting spray. Now, all of this brings us to point number 3, and I wanted to touch on real quick the overall like long wearing aspects of this foundation. I feel like it lasted very nicely on the skin. Overall, do I like it? Yes. I actually had a very positive experience with this. Would I wear it again? Yes. And if you're new here, at the end of all my foundation reviews, one of the biggest things I do here on my channel is I mention what I would fix or how I would wear it next time to maybe make it a little better or like fulfill my entire fantasy. And I think with this foundation specifically, I know I say this a lot, but I would want some sort of a Dior in here, something that could smooth it out, and adding in maybe a little bit of my Dior Forever, that might do the trick. If I added in like a cloop of my Dior Forever Undercover, which is the super full coverage one, that might give me a little more coverage. I wouldn't have to build it up as much. That could also be beautiful. But mainly I'm looking for anything that would allow me to just smooth out this texture a little bit. And Dior is so beautiful and smoothing on the skin that I can't even imagine a better option. So for me, that's probably what I would do. I might consider also going in with an even more hydrating primer, maybe on top of my Tatcha Silk Canvas to balance it out a little. I don't know though. I'm definitely going to play with it because I really did enjoy this. Overall, I think it wore nicely. I think I still have a nice shine and a beautiful, like healthy quality to the skin. And the only thing I do disagree with, like I said this morning, is I don't think that this was right off the bat a full coverage foundation. It is marketed as such. I would consider this a decent medium coverage foundation, but I don't think I would go as far as to call it full coverage. When I go full coverage, I'm thinking like Catrice HD. I'm thinking Dior Forever Undercover. I'm thinking the Huda Beauty foundation. Like those are very staunch full coverage foundations that I have had very good luck with myself personally as far as the coverage factor. And this one for me just isn't doing it. So I think it would be a good buildable foundation, up to medium, even a high medium. But because I still did have little pieces of my red poking through, I can't give it the full stamp on the full coverage. And you guys, that is it for today's video. Be sure to let me know down below what you think, what you like, what do you think of this foundation. Girl, compared to that It Cosmetics one, it has been knocking me out of the park today. I am so happy. Now I am going to tell you, you just watched that It Cosmetics one yesterday, and I actually asked you guys over on Instagram. I've been waiting for the results to come in all day long, and it is a resounding yes that you guys do not care if this video goes up the day after that foundation review. So honey, it is coming at you. That is 2 foundation reviews this week. 3 in a row if you count last Friday, then Monday, then today. And yes, I know, but you guys voted and I am okay with it if you are, and that's all that matters. And if you'd like to be a part of that action, y'all, you can follow me on Instagram and on Twitter. They're both linked down below in the description box. I am trying so hard to get verified and you guys are helping so much. So thank you so much for that. And if that's not enough, y'all, you can also subscribe and turn on your post notifications here on YouTube, because why? I upload 5 days a week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. They all go up between 6 and 7 a.m. my time here in Northern Michigan. And it is a fun, fresh lit time where we talk about all things makeup, new, old, love it, hate it, whatever the case may be. We talk about it. We have a good time and I love it. So you guys, thank you all so much for hanging out with me. I hope this was a great video. Let me know your thoughts down below. Anything else new you want to see, drop it down there. And you guys, that is it. Thank you all so much for watching. Please do not forget to have a great day, night, weekend, whatever it is when you're watching this, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye. Okay, so I need to see this shade range even better. And that was, okay. I'm sorry, it's winter. What are you driving, like a motorcycle? Girl, I'ma find me that shade range. Don't you try to hide from me. I'm gonna find the shade range. Please don't try to hide from me. I ain't got time for your shit. Mommy shark doo doo. Okay, Trend Mood, don't let me down. Find me the foundation shade range. Okay. Yep. Get my back support in there. All right. Oh my god. I don't even think it's on the Trend Mood site. Hello? Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. I'm Paige, this is Seeking Alexandria, and guys, today I have a hair in my mouth.